So they tried to keep me off the air. They tried to cut my internet, but I'm not putting up with it. We have God on our side.
The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Get ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop, so you better hang on, so get ready, so fasten your seatbelt, so hold on tight, so hang on, so get ready to get ready, and get ready to get real.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
You're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the Fair Use of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo.
went fishing the other day with 2 other men, and they threw me out of the boat. You see, we went fishing, but no one brought a lighter. So that's when I said, hey, we should take one of the cigars and throw it overboard. And they said, well, how's that going to help? I said, because if we take one of the cigars and throw it overboard, then our lighter. And that's when they threw me overboard.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow, everybody. So I'm reading the chat. I don't know if you can even hear me. It's a bit choppy. Chappy or choppy. I barely even made it on the air tonight. There's still a bunch of my tabs that don't want to load. So I can do at least half of the show, and then we get from there, and maybe they'll show up. It's hard to say. But yeah, I don't know. Could it be the thumbnail? It's hard to say. But and give me a 5x5 if you can actually still hear this. I guess I should turn the camera on. Still choppy, huh? What to do? Well, I've done that though. I did that. And I lose you guys again. Let me see. I just got the show going. It's already late. I'm tardy on my own show. Let's see. Can I get it on a phone while it reboots? I don't know. Well, let me see. Let me try something. Let's do some clickety clicks and see if this will help. We'll start, I guess, here. That's the last tab that I can't get to. So we'll kill that. Yeah, let's go through and kill them all. Kill them all and let God sort them out. Ooh, that one was there. Dang it. Well, I'll just figure this out here. Clickety click. I haven't even turned the camera on. I'm afraid to now. The whole thing will shut down. Let's see. Let's see if this helps. Well, that's what I said. And I'm back on the screen. And I have to click it. So we got to at least turn this camera on. So you don't just see a black box here talking to you with a ceiling fan.
Clickety click.
Okay. Is that working? Am I choppy or chappy? How's it going? How's it doing? This is insane. I can hardly concentrate. Oh, no. Is it better? Let's go, says the Eyes for Truth. Improved. Sounds good to me. All right. Well, we'll just go with this. I got half a show. We'll see how far I can go and drag it out. Still choppy? Just a little bit? No, it's not choppy now. I'm going to go for it, and hopefully it's better. So, hey, everybody, welcome to this mess that I call the ceiling fan, the right side of the grass. So pat yourself on the back, and you accomplished something this week, at least. This week flew by again. And yeah, I want to say if you saw last week's show, I don't know what to do about the choppiness. Max Headroom? No. So, all right, well, I've got 102 people here. God bless you. If you give me 1 minute, I'll reboot and see if that helps. I don't know what else to do. I can, yeah, because if I put something up there, let's see. Wait, maybe I can throw something up. See what I can do, or I'll just completely screw it up. Let's see. Clickety click. We'll go here. Still choppy. I'm working on it. I'm trying to. Let's see. Copy. I think I can do this and maybe stay on with. But yeah, I don't know how much I want to talk about. Because if you can't hear me, but let's see. We'll send this. Hang on, everybody. I'm working it through. Let's see. Plus, I have to retell everyone the joke. They couldn't hear it. So, okay. All right, let's see if this works. So if I go over here and into the studio. Uh-oh, now we're going to get reverb. Can you hear that? Let's see. That was terrible. Okay, so he's there. So I think what I can do is if I reboot this system, he'll still be there. Me. Let's see. Where's the camera? There. That's a great look. Okay. Mike. Oh, I did it again. All right. Okay. So let's see what happens. I'm going to try to reset this system, but still be able to do stuff. Maybe. Let's see. I'll throw. Well, I do what I can. We'll put this on for just a minute and I'll reset.
I am but a satellite.
Hello? No, sir, it's Google Pizza. I must have dialed the wrong number. Sorry. No, sir, Google Pizza. Google bought Pizza Hut last month. Oh, all right. Well, I'd like to order pizza. What do you mean by usual? Do you know me? According to our caller ID data sheet, the last 12 times you called, you ordered an extra large pizza with 3 cheeses, sausage, pepperoni, mushroom. Yeah, wow, great, I'll have that. May I suggest, sir, that this time you order a pizza with ricotta, arugula, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, and a whole wheat gluten-free thin crust? Well, why would I want to order a vegetarian pizza? Well, your cholesterol's not so good, sir. Well, how the hell do you know that? Well, we cross-reference your home phone number with your medical records. You see, we have the results of your... Okay, I don't want your stupid, rotten vegetarian pizza. I already take medication for my cholesterol. Excuse me, sir, but you have not taken your medication regularly. According to our database, you purchased only a box of 30 cholesterol tablets once at Lloyd's Pharmacy 4 months ago. I bought from another pharmacy. Well, that doesn't show on your credit card statement, sir. I paid in cash. But you, according to your bank statement, sir. I have other sources of cash. Oh, that doesn't show on your latest tax returns, unless you bought them using an undeclared income source, which is against the law. What the hell? I'm sorry, sir. We use such information only with the sole intention of helping you. Okay, enough. I'm sick to death of Google, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and all these others. I'm going to go to an island without the internet, with no teeth, and no one can watch or spy on me. I understand, sir, but you need to renew your passport first. It expired 6 weeks ago.
Satellite tracking continues.
Okay, is that any better? My screen? There I am. Is that any better? Hopefully. If not, I'm not sure what else to do on this. Can you see the chat, hon? Tell me what's going on there. I'm trying to, it's not better. What's weird is on my end, it's working. I can hear myself fine. And we just went through with the cable company to try to get, that's how we even got back on the air. Oh. Okay. Well, let me see if I can put the rest of these tabs on and see if it works. I'm going to leave the other ones off. At least I can get half of my show and we'll go from there. Click. You hear me, Choppy? Yeah, but you're in the same room as me. Let's see. Well, so far it's giving me these back. Gotta fix that. And of course, eventually when I get the darn show started, I can kill some of these tabs and not have this issue. I always make a joke that I should edit these out when I have these issues, but this one I might have to because this is kind of silly. Have everyone tune in and miss this. I'll put a disclaimer, maybe start the show 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the thumbnail, but it could be the thumbnail. So, I don't know. Well, if anyone can hear me, I wanted to say last week I had the same issue. I couldn't even close out the show. And once again, I want to thank Connor. He was my guest that night. And not only did he end the show very nicely, he said a beautiful prayer. And on top of that, the guy's got pipes. Like he can sing. I mean, I know I have the voice of an angel, but no, he really can sing. So that was what a blessing that was to have him end the show. All right, so that cost me 2 more tabs I need to get rid of now. All right. We love you, CFM. Thank you, Connor. Okay, so you can hear me now. All right. Jeez. I'm so sorry. I apologize, everyone. I don't know what to do. Just fall back and punt at this point. So the joke goes like this, if I can remember it. I went fishing, and they threw me off of the boat. And I went with 2 other guys, and we brought 4 cigars. But none of us remembered to bring a lighter. So that's when I said, if you take one of the cigars and you throw it over the boat, then the boat will become a cigar lighter. And that's when they threw it. If I did it justice the second time through or not. But does that make sense?
That makes no sense.
All right. Well, then it makes no sense. But I've always said to my family or anyone that's listening is that these jokes are for me. If someone else laughs, then that's a bonus. But they're for me. So apparently that one was for me. So anyways, okay. Let's get the show on the road and get rid of some more tabs. and then do half a show and then figure it out from there. So let's see. What should I start with? I might as well start with get the shilling out of the way. I like how Connor says that. So this channel works off of donations and support. You can also, all you have to do if you feel up to it, just hit the like button. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps the algorithms to have more people see it. And but otherwise, you can share and subscribe to. There's memberships, there's Patreon. You can look at all the links. There's Cash App. And my wife makes the most amazing soap. And if you feel so inclined, as you wanted to support it in that way and get yourself clean, then you can go with. Is it? Yeah, that. This is her soap store. I'm sure Trisha's probably already put it in there. Sold out of a few of them for now, but so that's another way. We appreciate everyone and anyone that has ever helped us and continues to support us on YouTube and elsewhere. So, and I was looking for the guy. That's the perfect time. I know Connor wanted to hear him right when I said it. Where'd he go? Did they take that away from me too? That'd be terrible. Here he is. Phew. Okay. All right. Where are we at, everyone? Let's see. Let's get some of these tabs. Let's see what we got here. And I talked about tab last week, and you had to be a certain age limit before you even knew what I was talking about. It was a really disgusting battery acid drink in a pink can that then became Diet Coke, I guess. So, click. Here we go. I have to start with this. I'm not sure if Rose is in the chat. For some reason, it's not working for me over here. But she sent me this. And is it really? Let me get back over here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Let me bring that up over here so I can see it. I wonder how the people over on Rumble and Rockfin are doing. How y'all doing over there? Let's see. Maybe they're having the same issues. Clickety click. Yeah, Pearl. I know. I don't know what else to do. The internet wasn't even working, and I literally had them on the phone resetting it when I was supposed to be live with you all. And I liked all the comments, but I did pay my bill, so that's not it. But yeah, I wonder, am I even on Rumble? I don't see it. Weird. No, I don't even see me on Rumble. Well, that's weird. What's wrong with Rumble? There we go. Looks like there was a stream is deleted. What's going on? Oh, yeah, Rumble's having a problem too. Okay, so remove that. My goodness. Yeah, that's not going to work. I don't know what's going on. I guess I shouldn't have put that thumbnail the way I did it, huh? Live and learn. Figure this out and post. Yeah, 11 views on that, and there's nothing there. Dang, people on Rumble, people. I'm not even on Rumble right now, Jeannie. They killed it over there. I know. This is getting ridiculous. And my YouTube people are like, all right, let's get on with the show. But then they're also saying they can't hear me. That is not working for me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Donut. Donut's giving money for this crappy show that I'm producing. Oh, stop it, Mad Packs. The commercials work. I can't even control that. And they're probably fine. You can hear them fine. Let's see. This is getting really irritating. Yeah, he just said those work fine. Of course. Of course. Of course they would. Okay. Oh, I can use the template. Okay. So let's see. Right now. Next. Okay, so try that. So maybe the Rumble people can watch this mess now too, if they're still around. Okay. All right. What do we got going here? So how's YouTube saying? We can hear me or not? Move the microphone away. Okay. How's that? Try a different browser. Disable extensions. Why do I feel like I'm in a Star Trek episode? The warp drives are overheating. Wait, how does Scotty sound? I haven't heard that show in forever. Cotton, the warp drives are overheating. I don't know. I can only. What if Scotty was Jewish? Captain, the warp drives, they're overheating, Ivy. How's that? Is that better now, James says? See, I would get myself in trouble, Supernatural Bible changes. Oy vey, General Khan is coming after us. What do we do? You're right, Connor. I could probably keep that voice up. I can't really keep any of the other ones up. I do like an Indian accent. Welcome to my store to see audio, But yeah, that one I could probably keep going, I guess. So sounds okay. Other than what I'm saying. Okay. Windows Vista. Genie, Windows Vista. Oh, geez. Yeah. Well, that's like my browser, I guess. So meanwhile, you all lovely, wonderful people, you guys blow me away. All right. So Donut Dragon Slayer, thank you very much. And I think it's early for you, isn't it? I think your money has an L in front of it backwards. So that's England, I believe. So God bless you. Thank you for being here through this mess. And then, of course, Jenny, it's wonderful to see you. We love you too. And say hi to your buddy over there. So I hear that you guys might be doing, you can tell the chat, but yeah, that's wonderful. So thank you for being with us for so long. And then Connor, I'm over the target. Yeah. See, you can't put that box in there. I'm telling you, I already have half my tabs missing, Connor, and now this, but at least you can hear me and I can do some of it. So, all right. So what are we at here? Let's go back. I know it's ridiculous. I'm so sorry. Now Wendy wants the mic closer. I can't turn your volume up, Wendy. I can't help it. Everyone's saying it's good. I don't want to mess with it right now. So we'll go with that. All right, let's go get into whatever this mess is. So I was going to start with Rose's here. She sent me this, and I have to admit, the first time I listened to it, I was like, I was having trouble understanding, what was happening. And then, of course, there's a guy explains it. But I'll let you see, and then we can discuss this. Oh, there's no sound. There we go.
On the charger. Oh my god! I don't know what happened to the regular plate.
That's it. I quit. For those of us who are too poor to understand what a charger plate is, it's a plate that you set your plate on top of. Rich people shit.
Margo, you ate on the charger.
Some plate.
Oh my god! I don't know what happened to the.
Okay, it's so. First of all, I'd never heard of this thing. I guess that low class or something. I don't know, but I've never heard. Oh, am I choppy again? No, I hope not. I've never heard of this charger plate. I have now. And, but then the thing that really sunk this video for me. Yeah, we can. Oh, that's it. Hey, Jeannie, she's right. John the Baptist's head. That's for those of you that play along with Mandela effect. I remember John the Baptist's head on a plate. That's how it's painted and all these things. But the Bible now in the KJV says head on a charger. And so I did hear about this. I didn't make the connection till just now. This is what a charger is. So it basically still is a plate. So, yeah. Yeah. So, in any case, so the thing that really sells is not just that, because I thought it was pretty funny too, was the comment section where it says, they're laughing and rich while we're all confused and poor, right? My broke ass was looking for cable. They're eating it. And then they thought it was a plate that charges phones. And dude said, I quit. Then they're thinking it was a wireless phone. But then I thought, miss one. Margaret, You drove the Tuesday car on Thursday. You must be so embarrassed. I don't know. I just for me it was kind of funny, and but it might have been one of those late night things that maybe it's not quite as funny now. But the joke is too expensive for me to understand. So, anyways, it goes on and on and on. So maybe that was the tab that I needed to get rid of. Kaboom. Okay, and then there's this one. It speaks for itself. Okay, he's trying to get in this guy's window with his pan, but when he hit it, the window doesn't break. The pan bends.
That's a first apartment pan.
Yeah, no, real like that.
Now that one got me. That's a first apartment pan, right?
You hit it right on the money. I ain't gonna lie, I had one of those too, and the handle fell off.
And the handle fell off.
Yep. So the way it curved, it's like perfect for eggs. Now you can just flip. You know what I'm saying?
Not for real.
Your
omelet would go crazy with a pan like that.
Yep. It's gonna melt though. That pan melt. It looked like it melt.
Yeah.
The Dollar Tree pan. Yeah, exactly. So I like where he said that it's going to go good for omelets. So anyways, I thought that was pretty good. I don't even know where this puppet show is, but they're pretty funny. Okay. And this goes along with tonight. When I saw this, I'm like, yes, this is exactly how I feel. Is anyone else feeling like this? I mean, pretty much that's the way it's felt to me. I still can't believe what we got? We got Halloween around the corner, and then we've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and you're back in the next year, right? So, you like that noise? And I might as well go out of order here. Speaking of Halloween, they have these new masks out. They sell a George Floyd mask because you can make a mask out of everything. But I wouldn't buy them, I guess, because here's a verified purchase. And this guy, Ryan, says, don't buy it. It's hard to breathe in mask. So I'm just here to help. But you want that guy? He's in here somewhere. There he is. Okay. Where are we? Let's get rid of that. And then just wanted to check in and see how things are going. How things are going in Gavin Newsom's California.
What is going on here in Oakland? It's just, why are there 50 spray painted post office vehicles sitting in downtown Oakland?
Hey, Connor, look at all the party buses.
Looks like shit. Okay, so the mail trucks, I'm talking USPS vehicles in Oakland. They're all covered in graffiti now. All of them. Look at that. They don't even look identifiable as government property. They actually deliver the mail in Oakland in those. People in town are like, this is terrible. This is horrible. Look at this shit. This is how we get our mail. Some people have said there's gang graffiti on those. In the Oakland post office, they're like, yeah, it's kind of a challenge to keep our mail trucks graffiti free. We're short staffed. Just unbelievable. Neither rain or snow or graffiti can stop us from delivering your mail, people. This is what lawless looks like. This is what anarchy looks like. What an embarrassment to the USA. God. You think you've seen it all when you come to Oakland, and then you see that. That's Oakland for you.
That was just wild. I had no idea. That it's like they don't even care anymore. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, if we got anyone that lives in Oakland that can verify this, would be much appreciated. But the whole thing could be AI. I don't know. But I do have to address something. Now, normally, you would definitely be tardy because they say someone just rolled in here, but I was tardy. Where'd you go? Where are you? I don't know. Somebody just jumped in here. I can't find you. I was going to put you on blast. But the question is, when you rolled in, did you feel tardy?
I don't feel tardy.
I don't feel dirty.
I see. Trish is a snitch. Yeah, baddie commander. Who's that picture? I can't see that. It's interesting. It's from a movie, I'm assuming. He's got a beer in one hand and a gun in the other. And that's a man. Did two tardies make a right? I don't know, but two rights made an airplane, right? Supposedly, allegedly. Hey, might I have some coffee, please, when you get a chance? Yes, sir. Thank you. That's a true wife right down there. See? So, okay. Where are we at here? And don't worry about being tardy. So, what is this? It's a sci-fi channel. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. Let's get rid of some more of these tabs. Of course, I got to run out of them because I had to kill a bunch of them so I could even talk to you tonight. So we'll see. Maybe I can find some of them while we're sitting here. Clickety click. That's the mail trucks. Oh, and I thought I'd check in. And look, I'm not part of any religion. I have my own spirituality. I've made my connection to God. It's through Jesus Christ, and I read the Bible quite a bit to keep up on things. And I've tried different religions. Of course, my original background was Jewish. I grew up that, read the Torah, and learned how to speak Hebrew. And oh my goodness, what they do to us as children. But in any case, they, words and stuff, having to learn another language. Thank you, love. Thank you. Yeah, that thing. And then I grew up and wasn't really religious at all with that. And long story short, then I ended up finding my own connection to God. And then I've tried different churches, and I've never been happy with any of them. In my mind, there's always something that they're doing incorrectly, or at least the way I see the world. And so it's really hard to find one. And so I'm not beating up on anyone, okay? Because I've hung out with different ones. I've been to Catholic things. I've been to Baptist things. I've been around, and but this I just had to make a comment on because this is the new Pope, right? And he had a ceremony where he blessed the block of ice.
To invite you to stand for the blessing of the waters.
So this was a whole thing about climate change, which the President of the United States went to the UN and said it's not happening. But meanwhile, the Pope is blessing a block of ice.
Laudate si, mi signor, con tutti.
Where is he? Well, that's not him. Where'd he go? Where's he blessed? Oh, here he is. There you go.
Respect for all gathered here and the entire Earth community. May we work towards a flourishing of all creation.
In any case, I just... What is going on? Connor put a thing up today. We've all said, and then they do this ceremony where they pretend they're like a river flowing and they sing the Mother Earth. I don't know. And people wonder why they're like, I don't want to read the Bible. I don't want to learn about Jesus, because they think this is what we do.
Will you join us?
And I don't blame them, because again, I grew up Jewish. So I look at this and yeah, I'm cold. You're laughing. Yeah, that's what I would have done. Laughed at it, because it's beyond. I mean, you wrote the thing about Idiocracy. I mean, this is a movie to me. What are we doing? Look at his face. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, did anybody see Waldo in here? That's the guy that got Charlie, isn't it? I think. I don't know. In any case, I'm just saying. I think all religions at some point have been corrupted, in my mind. So, yeah, Mike, it's just silly. It's embarrassing. Yeah, exactly. So, did you see Arnold Schwarzenegger in there? Maybe I didn't. Maybe it could be. And it could be a humiliation ritual. That's true. But meanwhile, and I think Terry might have sent me this. I apologize if I had the wrong person there, but it's not just one religion. I mean, they're all doing it. You know, here's Nepal, And aren't they the ones that just like destroyed the temple, the palace, and put in a new government with on Discord of all places? And then, so did you know? I didn't know this. They choose a 2-year-old girl as a living goddess, and that person is then worshipped by Hindus and Buddhists until she turns puberty, and they kick her out and they get another one. I didn't know this. Did you know that, Chakma? As you roll in tardy, I didn't know this. So everyone seems to be doing it wrong. In my mind, I have to keep saying that. You know, there's one religion that they have no problem beating up and saying negative things about, and it's Christianity and Jesus. You're fine if you want to like blasphemy that and make stupid Netflix movies and shows and whatever, and put a super long fingered black gender neutral person as Jesus Christ and stuff. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can't do that with Mohammed or whatever, the Hindus or the Buddhists or whatever, you know. But why? Why is that? Because it's the only one that if we're in a spiritual battle, which we are, it's the only one that bugs Satan. The rest of them, he'll let you go down those rabbit holes. Why not? Because they lead you nowhere. There's only one living God. And so that's the only religion, if you look at it, that they trash. They openly trash. You can't you can talk about any other ones. Well, except one. You can't talk about any of them, and especially one that they don't like thumbnails. And so so there's got to be a reason, right? Because otherwise, why don't we see like weird cartoons of Mohammed and things like, no, they will never do that. They won't do it on Buddha. They won't do it with any of the other gods. I'll see in Valhalla guy. I mean, those Norse gods, they're not going to, nobody cares if you follow them because they're going to lead you nowhere. I mean, that's why the Bible is so amazing, is that there's stories in there to teach you these things. You know, there's a wonderful one in there about Abraham, and he's mad because he goes to stay with his dad when he's older, and his dad makes idols. That's all he does. That's how he makes his money, clay and wood and whatever. And he has an entire idol room that he worships in. Now, this is Abraham. I mean, this is the one that one God said is his friend. He's like, when no one else was righteous after the flood, he was righteous still. And so here's his dad making all these idols. So he goes there, he checks out the idol room. I forget how many are in there, maybe a dozen or so, and then one big one at the front. And so he says, he chastises his dad about having them. So he goes to his mom and he says, hey, could you make me this savory meat or meal or whatever he says? The Bible says it way better than I do. And then she makes him this meal, and he goes and he sets it in front of them as an offering for them to eat. And of course, they don't eat it. Duh. And so then he gets her to make, I think, a second one, and they don't eat that one either. And so then he takes like a big stick or a staff or something that's in one of these giant idols, the big one, and he smashes everything else. And then he puts the stick back in his hand. And of course, it's so loud. His dad comes running in and says, you know, what have you done? And he's really upset with them. And he's like, I didn't do anything. He said, what do you mean? He goes, well, I put the meat down of the meal, and all of the other idols, they reached for it before they let the king idol here reach for it. And he got mad. He grabbed that stick and he crushed everyone. And so he's like, you're lying, because they can't possibly move and do anything. And so he says, well, then why are you praying to these lifeless things, idols? And he picks up the stick and he breaks the last one, and then he takes off. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff for his dad trying to kill him. And it's really interesting. But that's the whole point of this. There's just one way. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And I didn't even believe it. Again, that's, I think, why God woke my eyes up, because I grew up as a special kid, special child, whatever you want to say. And then my eyes were open and realized that he took that kingdom away. It's in Matthew. It's in a bunch of places. He takes it away a lot. Go read the book of Kings or Judges, I think it is. He's constantly taking away and taking the special children, children of Israel, and not the country. That's where another fallacy people get mixed up. Israel was a person. His name was Jacob, and then he became Israel. And these are his lineage. And the children of Israel are the ones that they forget God. They pray to other idols. He then allows them to be enslaved and taken over by other whatever, Canaanites or whoever was around there, Amalekites. There are a lot of ites are out there near them. And they get enslaved. And then what happens? And they cry out to God, help us, help us. So then God rescues them. And they usually have about, I don't know, maybe a dozen, maybe 20 good years. And then they start doing evil and they, repeat and it's like a recycle constantly. There's no new thing under the sun, or there's nothing new under the sun, whatever way you want to interpret at this point. But that's what's happened. And so once again, and here we are.
And so here we are.
And you've got people that when in Matthew, I'll bring it up. It's I almost have it memorized now. Haven't gotten quite there yet, but he tells them it's the story of the winery, the wine vineyard, and let's see if I got it. Clickety click, and basically he tells this story that these people were running this guy's winery when he went overseas, and then he sent people to get the harvest, and they beat him up and killed him and stuff. And then, and so he sent more people, and they did the same thing. And so then he says, fine, he sent his son. I mean, it's a complete correlation to the story of Jesus. And he sends his son, and they like say, oh, there's the heir, let's kill him and steal the winery. And so they do. And then he asked the Pharisees and the high priests and stuff, who are Jewish, because that's where they were at the time. And he said, what do you think he'll do to them? And they say, he'll miserably destroy those wicked men. Here, I think I found it. It's this one. Clickety click. Yeah. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy these wicked men and let out his vineyard to other husbandmen, which shall render their fruits of the seasons. And so he goes on the story about, the builders rejected, the same became the cornerstone. But right here he says, right here, therefore I say unto you, the Jews standing in front of him, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation bringing forth the fruits thereof. And so that's just one example, but there's many times where God says this. And who becomes the children of Israel? It's anybody that understands the truth of Jesus Christ, and you follow him, and you become a child of God, and you become a children of Israel. That's it. I mean, Jesus didn't come for the Jews. He came for the Gentiles. He says that, not me. I mean, I just said it too, but that's what he says, because they should know better. I mean, they walked with them. They were chosen. He rescued them a bunch of times, got them out of Egypt, put them in Egypt, got them out of Egypt. He walked with them. At one point, I remember he says he can't walk with them anymore. He's exhausted. And so he doesn't just walk with them like he used to. I mean, we're exasperating. I mean, Jesus even looks up to God and says, how long must I suffer these people? Because we don't get it. We don't learn. We kick them out. We forget generation after generation. And here we are again. I just figured this out like 7 years ago. But there's still what I have. God bless you. There's 142 people, even with all the problems I had, and talking about the Bible. Thank you for being here. But I have that many people, and however many people watch my streams afterwards. And that's it. The majority of the people are still walking around. They're so focused on their life and their work and their family and their this and their that, and they watch Netflix and they do this and they have games on the phone. They don't have the time nor the energy to actually look into this as a real thing. They just see it as religious dogma, and that's where it's going to sit. And so my job is to hopefully do an entertaining show, but also to explain to people where we are. Here we are.
And so here we are.
And hopefully they look into it themselves and, understand what I'm saying. That's all. I'm not one of those preachers that'll beat you over the head with it, but I'll give you the information. It's up to you if you're going to let it in.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
And it's not religious at all. I'm still not religious. I still don't feel religious at all. So, where were we? On a rant. Okay. Share screen. Clickety click. Meanwhile, the world wants you to just sit at home and watch the AI and VR and all that stuff take over. This is it's getting fascinating. I showed one last week that they had Charlie Kirk telling a bunch of people, "Hey everyone, I'm in heaven and I'm fine." I mean, it was AI talking. He never obviously said that. And and that's the thing. We're at a point where you can't believe the stuff coming over the screen mirrors. You can't believe the stuff you hear. I mean, look, this is a Comic-Con, and Stan Lee died, I think, at least a year or two ago, and here he is.
Today as Paulo Stank to join you at the 2025 Los Angeles Comic-Con. For decades, I had the thrill of spinning yarns about heroes.
Okay, so this is cool. On some level, you get to see him in this little box. But then it gets creepy. You can actually ask him questions and he answers.
With fans today. Great question, Larry.
Great question,
Another fan
Larry.
named Melissa. She wants to know if you could pick one superhero who would save the world today, who would that be?
That's a great question, Melissa. If I had to pick one superhero to save the world today, I'd have to choose Spider-Man.
No, I agree with him on the choice. But the thing is isn't this weird? Am I the only one that seems this is weird? Yeah, it's creepy still, Prill. You throw stuff at it, Val. It's just very weird. Yeah. Mark of the Beast, image of the beast. Yeah. So it's just very weird. Yeah, like hey JT, yeah, like Superman, his dad, right? This is exactly they showed us in that movie. You're so right on this. It's so bizarre. And people are loving it. They're just accepting it, hook, line, and sinker, and they can't wait for the next thing. And that's the weird thing. It's like we're waiting for them to like force us to do stuff. No, we're paying for this shit. We're yes, take my money and get me deeper into the Matrix. Like they love the movie The Matrix, and then they don't listen to it. I don't know. And like someone asked me, I showed the thing last week about Donald Trump and his med beds. And it was an AI video, and people were like, oh, it's not real. But the president of the United States posted it. So on some level, it is real now because he has the ability to get that done. And obviously he wants it, or why would he post a fake AI video about med beds? Just saying. Bring back Marlon Brando. Amen. So, yeah. Now, I don't know if Finn's here. I texted him. But I don't what is this, Polk County, I think? They're out of their minds in Florida. I showed you one where they encourage people to kill an intruder so they don't have to like take him to jail and do the paperwork. I mean, it's something right out of Dirty Harry. Now you got this guy. I mean, we are in the movie Idiocracy. Can you imagine this is the sheriff, Grady Judd?
Things in life you just can't believe. So you order up a prostitute, right?
Okay, wait a minute. What? This is a press conference.
Right. This prostitute lives with his mother, by the way.
I like watching the reactions of the people behind him, too. Yeah, go ahead. Make my day.
He's got a massive criminal history, a 21-year criminal history with 31 criminal charges. So you order up a prostitute, and that's what you think you're getting. Now, when you look at that, you go, wow, that's pretty rough. But
Wait a minute. That sounds like body shaming, Sheriff Grady. Just saying.
Any port in a storm. And then the next morning when you wake up,
yeah,
you find out this is who it really is.
So you're like, okay, this is insane that this guy's doing this at a press conference. It can't get any worse than this. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. We call that coyote ugly.
Oh, no.
You see, he's laying on your arm.
Explain it.
In bed. You go, well, it was rough last night, but I've sobered up.
Look at him.
I think I'll just chew my arm off and ease away so I don't disturb him or wake him up.
She's not happy with this.
All right, so you think you're buying this, you're getting this. He's got 31 criminal charges, and heck, if you're lucky, he doesn't kill you overnight.
What is going on? This is in Florida. But he's not done. Then the next week he came out with this. They arrested a drug bust, and they stole this necklace. I mean, they recovered this necklace. It's a $50,000 chain, and he wore it at the next press conference, and he literally said, "We've got their drip." What is going on, Waterstar? I mean, come on. We are so past, Connor, we're so past idiocracy. He is dripping, JT. Oh, shoot. He kept it. And then meanwhile, the liberals are casting out the ICE facility near Chicago by doing the Montezuma's revenge curse. I mean, if I was ICE, this would scare the crap out of me. I don't know if it worked, huh? My chat's hilarious. He said, "Who's dripping now?" Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's rolling on some confiscated 24s, right? Yeah, that happens. Absolutely. So anyways, I don't know if this accomplished its goal, but that went down. So what's next? And I did mention it's Halloween. Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, sits next to a woman. I guess this is Paris. Sits next to a woman wearing a horse mask. Oh, sorry. This one's Paris. And sits next to someone in a horse mask. Good night. Can we go home now? Jesus? How much long must we suffer this? That's what your quote is. Seriously. Geez. Who's riding her home? Huh? That was pretty good. All right, what's next? Oh, we covered that. Well, you heard JT on this. If you go out on Halloween, don't buy this mask because this guy bought it, Ryan, and he says it's hard to breathe in it. So just so you know, in case you missed that. Public service announcement. Now, you think I'm the guy on pandas and how sus they are. I'm starting to be the guy on statues. I covered this once before. Statues, they're out of their minds. Who's paying these people to build these statues? So this was the Lucille Ball, Baal. And we've talked about that. Isn't that great? If you take I Love Lucy, you've got Lucy. You got some splaining to do, was never said. You got Lucy, and then you've got, let's see, what is it? Fred, Ethel, and Ricky, which spells Lucifer. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I'm going there, JT. You're spoiling the Tina Turner's list. So we talked about this one, and this one was so scary they remade it. And I don't know if there, see, she looks more like this now, which is a little bit better. But this thing is nuts. And the reason I brought this one back up again is because what JT just said. They came out with a Tina Turner statue, and it is lit. I mean, spitting image. I don't know how they capture an image like that. What's that? She have a quote? No, She's just got high heels. At least I don't see it. But I mean, the second I saw that, I said Tina Turner. I mean, I don't know why you don't see it, but I do. Oh, shoot. Right? That's quite a head of hair. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. That looks like a helmet. I think Krusty the Clown had a little bit more hair. You say they missed the mark on it? Oh, no. Oh, God. Jeannie, JT said that dome barely fits under the firmament. So, and I do like this. The person that posted this is trying. The new Tina Turner statue, words for great art does that, leaves you speechless. Oh, okay. So does an abomination. Because he said, might have to stop and see it next time I'm near Memphis. Pictures can't possibly do it justice. Now, I think they do it just fine. Who's this sculptor? I think it's the same. Oh, look, there's the Lucy one. Yeah. I wonder if it's the same person. So, all right. So that's that. I didn't want to bring up this. I don't want to talk about this. Everyone's discussing Netflix. All I want to say is this. Whatever your thoughts on what's going on over at Netflix, just know that it's not just these specific cartoons and shows that they're mentioning. This is a show called Jurassic World. So that's about dinosaurs. So that's going to capture a whole bunch of imaginations. And this is going on. So again, I'm not commenting on it. I'm just letting people know that it's everywhere. It's not just in specific here or there. So depending on whether you fall on this side of the fence or not, just know this is out there. And all I can say at this point, you better monitor your children, what they're watching, depending on what you want them to see. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, it's there. And I'm not sure about going to concerts anymore, at least in South Africa. So this went down at a concert in South Africa. I don't even know if I can play the whole thing. I don't know. I mean, is this normal? I have people in South Africa. Is this normal? I mean, he's a legitimate singer, supposedly. I don't know what's going on here. How is he able to concentrate? I don't know. He's still got his voice, though. So where'd you go last night? Oh, we went to a concert. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sitting in the front row. I'm telling you that. So, am I too old for that? So, all right. What's next? And JT said that sculpture was Stevie Wonder, but I could show you some videos that could maybe convince you he can see, just so you know. Have you ever been down that rabbit hole, JT? It's a pretty good one. So he catches the microphone at some song when he runs by. Paul McCartney runs by. He catches it. He points people in the audience. He drives cars. People talk about him driving cars. It's pretty fascinating. And he uses a camera. So I don't know. I've seen enough there to at least maybe go, but wouldn't that be something? And this just tells me that with enough good advertising, you can sell anything. This is Gorgonzola cheese, the oldest blue cheese in the world, dating back to the year 879. Are we serious? They say it's worth over $800 million. And first of all, it was about to become bloody cheese because look how this guy cuts this. I mean, I was nervous. And this thing must just stink. There he goes. Slicing it open. There you go. That was made in the year 879 somehow. I mean, who kept track of it? What are we going at? what is that? If I can do the math, just carry the one. What do we got? Like 1,400 years? I don't know. 1,200 years? Something. Who's keeping track of this and the date? So I don't know. What do we got? It's the year 800. Oh, 800? Yeah, then we go to 20. So we got to get a 12 in there. That puts you at 20, and then some little after that. But yeah, so someone's keeping an eye on this for 15, 1,200, whatever years. As Lycum says, please. So it's from the Dark Ages. Yeah. I don't know. Would you try it? I know my wife would try it. I know. Remember that commercial? Yeah. Was it? Oh, that one changed too, I think. But it used to be Mikey hated everything, but then he liked something. You're the opposite of Mikey. She likes, tries everything. So, but there you go. I don't know. I made maybe a tiny. Yeah. Are they worms with black circles? I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going on. They don't seem to be moving. I mean, the cheese pulls apart, but I don't see the black stuff moving. So, but it is like 1,200 years old, so who knows? Wait a minute, you saw a guy drink a bottle of Coke from 1915? Really? How do you even find it? Yeah, Life cereal. That was it. Mikey likes it. So, and JT will have a little with some boxed wine, hun. So. But I don't know how much the seating is at this table if the thing's worth $800 million. So, and wait a minute, is there more than one? I guess they have multiple slices. Oh, this is just a regular one. I see. We don't need to see how Gogolian cheese is made, but that's interesting. I'll have more coffee when you get a chance. So, okay, and then this one. These gender reveals are getting ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. This one's probably one of my, says me. Well, I'm telling you, this one's probably one of the most dangerous ones I guess I've ever seen. Now, does no one know the story of the Hindenburg? Let me explain it to you. See, he had a helium balloon, and it was on fire. And originally, I thought everyone died, but apparently, no, most people survived. Mandela, or I misremembered, whatever. But look it up now, and pretty much everyone survived. But it was, yes, Marcus, a false flag to keep us from having dirigibles. Is that how you say that? Blimps. And then the only ones I saw as a kid was the Goodyear blimp. They used to fly it over the stadiums. And then they did that movie in the 70s with Robert Shaw, and I think it was called Black Sunday, where they used the blimp and they were going to shoot poison darts at everyone in the stands. And then I stopped seeing that too. So whatever. And but in any case, these people obviously have never heard of the Hindenburg. So they got their helium balloon and they figured the best way to gender reveal is light it on fire. What could possibly go wrong? The noise. And for my next trick, I'm going to repaint the ceiling. How come the smoke alarm didn't go off right below it? That thing's worthless. Anyways. So I never found out, was it a boy or a girl? I don't know. So. Yeah, the explosion, the screaming really adds to it, doesn't it? Yeah. But it was pretty loud on my computer. Imagine what it was like in the room. So well, I'll let you know if they say if it was a boy or a girl, but I don't see anything. So and then there's this. This is oh, okay. Wait, we got to get over here. And I haven't seen you in a while there, Sunset. If you've been in here, I've been missing your comments here, but is it a boy or girl? It's a Big Bang. I like it. You get that for that. And Trish gave another $5. God bless you, Trish. So thank you so much. Okay, where were we? What's that? I think everyone got their pandas. I know Connor got his, and I think Still Pearl said she got hers. So, did you get your panda? I don't know. She's in here. She'll tell us. So, but anyways, yeah, it was like a cartoon explosion, wasn't it? Yeah. Is it a boy or girl? It's a boom. Shoot. Hey, when can we have chimichangas? Connor almost choked on his. I want chimichangas. Oh, shoot. Okay. We should. I know. Chimichangas are great. I know what I can do. For all you put up with this, I filled up the hat with the names. Let me draw 2 mugs. You guys want mugs? I'll give away a mug. Here. A mug? I'll give away a mug.
Get rid of that old mug. It's garbage. You want to drink out of a ceiling fan man mug. Brand new from Ronco. The Ceiling Fan Man mug. Get yours today. Have you ever dreamed of going to space? Well, you can't because it's fake, but you can get your very own Ceiling Fan Man mug. Proudly made in the exotic land of China.
China.
Your Ceiling Fan Man mug can hold cold liquid, hot liquid, granola, the TV remote. It can even stop a door from closing. Get yours today. Each Ceiling Fan Man mug comes with a commemorative box. Ooh. Order now and become your own legend by ordering a Ceiling Fan Man mug today.
But wait, there's more.
Any orders of 66 or more will get an exclusive personalized NFT of Ceiling Fan Man eating cereal. The Ceiling Fan Man mug. Get yours today. Don't be a loser.
Satellite tracking continues.
NFTs may no longer be available. Participation may vary by store. See store for details. See a doctor if your arrest persists more than a week.
Get rid of that old...
Whoops. Wrong button. So, all right. Let me get... they'll be black. They're the white ones. I don't think it's made anymore. That was a different store. Okay. Yeah, like that? Don't be a loser. She didn't get her bear? All right. We'll look for it. They all went out. I know Connor's, he lives in the same state as us, and his went to, what was it, Michigan or something, or Minnesota? So I don't know what's going on with the mail. I'll check on it, Jenny. So, all right. What do we got? We got pick me. Okay, let's see what we got. Black mugs matter. Yes, they do, James. All right, who's this? Someone named Marcus. Okay. So, and if your name gets pulled, if you're watching or watching later, send me an email and I'll give me an address I can mail it to you. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Who's this? Fence Guy. Is there someone named Fence Guy, I guess? Because some of these are Patreons, and so I'll have to check. So Marcus and Fence Guy, unless that's the guy that fixed our fence, but I don't think I would have done that. So, all right. Are we good? We'll do we'll send we'll send the mugs out. So there. We could do more. And I'm constantly putting names in there to make sure that I keep up with the people there. And okay, Trish, okay, yeah. Can you, if you know how to get a hold of Jamie, let her know. Send me an email or so. And Jenny lives in the boondocks. So okay, congrats to the winners. All right, enough silliness. Let's see. Let's get back into this more nonsense here. So go here. What do we got? Yes. You know that they always make that comment? He said the quiet part out loud. This is not AI. This is not edited. This is exactly what Ron Paul said at this function he was at.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders?
Yeah.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape?
Yeah.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
What?
I want you to look at what happened when the National Guard went.
What? Oops. Go look this up. He said it right there, September 30th, 2025. Yeah. Yeah. And you wonder why the files haven't been released, right? Why haven't the files been released? Because they tell you. And let's not forget, this guy's got bigger problems than what he just said. He's also the number one suspect as a Zodiac killer to this day. And the guy even posts on, what was it, on his birthday? I think it was last year or year before. Remember that, Jeannie? Was it 5 years ago? Shoot, these years are going by fast. He posted on his Twitter feed, like on his birthday, Zodiac killer symbols. Like he feeds into it. He knows he looks just like him. You leave the pizza alone. You're right. Exactly. That's what he's saying. 100%. Yeah. So, yeah. Who just said that? Who's on the list? Where is he? Reverend Knott. Who's on that list? Everyone! Yeah. So, all right. And AI matches it 100%. Anyways, so then you got this. While all that's going on and files and this, that, and the other. Oh, I hope they didn't kill those. Hopefully I do have some of those tabs. Good. While all that's going on, meanwhile, you've got this in the EU, and it's happening everywhere. This happens to be a news article about them.
The trip to Europe, you're going to have to hand over way more than your passport when you get there. As part of a new entry-exit system, visitors to most European countries will have to provide 4 fingerprints and a facial photo at a self-operated kiosk. The information will be stored for 3 years, with the photo being used for ID verification on later visits. Travelers who refuse to provide their biometric data
will be put into a med bed.
will be denied entry. The goal of the program is to enhance security and speed up border crossings, it is said. The new system is set to be rolled out over 6 months, starting in October, and applies to 29 countries, including popular destinations like France, Italy, and Spain.
So that's something. Right? And, they always say it's for your comfort and safety. They always roll all of this out. It's to help us. They create the problem and they give you the solution. Was that dialectic? How's that go? Hungarian dialectic? Something. If Rose is here, she'd say better. Well, it's not the Hungarian dialectic, but it's something like that. Yeah. It's easy to get me confused. JT, what is it? It's not the Hungarian dialectic. What is it? Someone. Hegelian. Thank you, James. Is that how you say it? Hegelian? I don't know. Whatever. You guys look it up. I have to do everything. You guys look it up on the internet. What am I going to do? How am I going to? Why me? You feel safer already. Good, Melted in New York. Good. Hegelian. Yeah. Something. Homeland is. They did? Okay. I hope so. Hungarian dialect is what's going to be in the lexicon. Just like I said last week, I call them the secret circus. And that one seems to stick because they actually act just like that, Okay. And okay, so how far could it go? Now, again, I don't have any real people that I know in China. I love the way he says it. So all I can do is just go by what comes across these scar-on mirrors. This guy, supposedly, allegedly, was in China when this all went down, and he's telling us what's on its way here, I would assume.
If you go to China, they're piloting it a few years ago in Shenzhen. So I lived overseas. If you go to Shenzhen, back in 2017, they already had facial recognition cameras there. So if you jaywalked in Shenzhen, they would immediately detect that and send you a notification, and they would deduct money from your what they call WeChat account. They use 2 main apps, WeChat and Alipay. So you can actually deduct your money directly from your account. This is 4 years ago. So this is not like some sort of conspiracy theory. It's not something that's going to happen 10 years into the future. This happened pre-corona in China. And so this system in China that exists is extremely advanced. They can detect if it's a man or a woman. They can guess your age. They can detect what kind of car model it is, who the manufacturer is. This is a sort of technology that we see in all these dystopian sort of films and whatever. And people keep putting it off and thinking that this is something that's going to happen later in my kids' lifetime or my grandkids. It's already here. And if this gets implemented anywhere, especially in a Western nation, it's not going away. Israel is already talking about the 4th shot. Then they're going to be going to herpes, and they're going to ask if you're gay. They're going to be asking if you ate 3 pizzas this week because it's unhealthy. If you buy certain books in certain countries, your country doesn't like you. You'll lose points in the social credit score system.
And a couple things about that. When I was having trouble with the show in the beginning, I made that Google Pizza commercial. I used someone else's dialogue, but I created that little commercial, and that's the joke of it. Is that the guy's trying to order pizza, but it's not allowing him because he's not, he shouldn't be eating it for his health, and he hasn't taken his pills, and they've monitored his checking accounts and his cash and his taxes, and they even know his passport is that, and he's just calling to order a pizza. And so that's what this guy's saying. They're going to get it down to the AI system is constantly updating and listening, all the things that you do online and around your phone, even if you're not using it, if you're talking, or they admitted it. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. Your phone camera goes on and off on its own. Your microphone listens all the time, or Siri wouldn't be able to answer you, or whoever, Alexa. They have to monitor it all the time. So you've got listening devices in your homes. You've got cameras in your homes. 10 years ago, technology or better, the big screen TVs, they admitted, have cameras that can look through the cable back in the room. They admitted that. The only way, not to make everyone freak out if they've not heard this before, the only way you can actually make sure that your TV's not watching is to put a sheet over it. That's it. Because the legend goes, if you believe in the whole Osama bin Laden story, they made these TVs so cheap that when someone bought 100 of them for his little palace, I guess, underground in the rocks or whatever, that's how they were able to map out. This is the story they give us. But they were acknowledging in the story that they used this technology to look through the TV. And that whenever that was, 20 years ago, I don't even remember when they talked about that. And so the technology that they have now, again, they did the exact same thing according to the legend, and they made big screen TVs that used to be thousands of dollars, like $800 or $500. They go on sale at Walmart, and you know what I mean? So they've made it so accessible with these smart TVs that, everyone has one in their home, or at least most everyone. And I know there's people probably in the chat here go, I don't have one. I get it. But overall, we're talking to the main populace out there. They all have these listening devices in their homes with the Alexas and the Siris and all that. They've got the TVs watching them. They've got their Ring door cameras monitoring when they come and go from their house. They got the cameras on the street corners that monitor your car when you're driving. Your apps now, that in order to lower your car insurance, they have to monitor your trips and stuff. They started it with the grocery stores. That's how they slowly boiled the frog. If you went to, say, Albertsons or whatever, Safeway, whatever's in your area, and you just bought your groceries, if you signed up for the membership and you let them know everything you bought, how often you bought it, where you bought it, when, then they would give you a discount. And if you don't, they penalize you. And so we all joined all these little clubs. At least I did. Everyone else I know did, to save the money. They got them at gas. They got them at the drugstores. They got them everywhere. And now it's just become to the point, like I said, the enslavement system that everyone talks about, it's not some dystopian thing, 1984 years from now kind of thing. It's here right now. And the amazing thing is we are building our own prison. We are paying for this technology in order for them to have better surveillance and better ideas. Like AI can get to the point where it knows you so well, it knows how you're going to choose in a situation. And that's how you get like the ads and different things, whatever. But it knows you, and each time that you give it more information, it uses that to then hone in on you better. And so I'm not making that up like it's some weird sci-fi movie. This is happening right now, and they admit it. And so that's what he's saying. And this social credit score that they got going in China, allegedly, if they ever did do something like this in the West, right off the bat, I would have to say, you guys are all screwed. Anybody who's watching me right now, because if they see on your algorithms you've watched this show that you're already on a list. Just saying. I'm on several lists, I'm certain. That's why I couldn't run half my show tonight. But what else does this guy have to say?
So this is already the reality of the world in certain places, and we need to be aware of that if we don't want that or if we do. And to be perfectly honest, anybody who wants this vaccine passport, it's a misnomer. It's total control. Everything you do or don't do will be calculated to the point where if they can detect your GPS signal, if you have a phone on you, they can detect who you're hanging out with. Oh, you're hanging out with somebody that said something bad 9 years ago on Weibo, okay, like a Chinese equivalent to Facebook or something like that, right?
Or the Silly Man YouTube show.
Oh, you bought Japanese books. You lose 5 points because you don't like Japan. This is what is going to come here because it's already there.
And we're doing that a little bit with contact tracing for COVID, aren't we? So that they can see where you're at and who you're with.
The simple reality is that the technology that CSIS has and all these big tech corporations, they already know where you are. It's just that they don't want to shock the system too much and admit that they have it. Edward Snowden revealed all this back in 2013. He fled to Hong Kong. They wouldn't keep him there, so now he's in Russia.
Yeah.
But the NSA has all of your information. They know your Google searches from like February 9th, 2004 in a bunker in Colorado.
Help me, Rhonda.
Right. They have all this information. So, but they don't, like in the US, they have the Fourth Amendment. They're not supposed to track you forever.
They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. But we definitely have a system where we have rights. But my wife and I, we watch these auditors, and it's fascinating because it's getting to the stage now where the police, even if they know that it's an unlawful arrest, that they didn't have probable cause, listen to me talk like that, they didn't have the probable cause to arrest them or detain them. They're starting to say things like, well, you're a street lawyer, we'll just have to arrest you and you'll have your day in court. So even though the person might be in the right, and then they go to court and they waste another day and a bunch of their money, whatever they have to do, and their car was impounded and whatever, and they drop all charges. But it doesn't matter because the guy that got arrested on that street right there, or maybe that's the best thing that happened, some of them are getting tased or killed. The guy that gets arrested there, even if he's in the right, he still gets arrested. So you can, go all the way to jail screaming about your constitutional rights and then get your day in court and they wipe it away. But there's no accountability. And I'm not saying all cops are bad. There's good ones. I get it. And I'm just saying that the system, just like we talked about in the beginning of this show, religion has been corrupted. Government obviously has been corrupted. And the police system has been corrupted. Because you got to the point where the people that really loved their job and wanted to help people, you're not seeing them anymore. At least what I'm seeing on the auditor channels, it's a lot of people that have like a tyrant kind of mentality. They can do whatever they want. And if not, then they're like some 90-pound girl that has super long fingernails and jewelry and a giant ponytail. And it doesn't make any sense to me. So it was like that. You want to talk idiocracy? The movie Police Academy. There's like 5 of them. I think I got through 2 of them, but we're there. Like there's especially like in Mississippi and stuff. The cops were so obese, like they can't chase anyone. They're just gonna tase you or shoot you. That's it. And so it's like I don't know what's happened with the where you just allow everyone in, and there's really no kind of measure. Physical fitness or something, but we're in some wild times. And so where were we? Let's see. Clickety click. All right. There we go. And then, like I said, we're at the point. It's not in the near distant future or whatever. It's not in the way future. It's right now. And these are the programs that they're showing us and the ones that you can actually access from your own computer. Well, not my computer. It's a Windows Vista, but the computers nowadays, you can do this from your home.
Know if we should be worried about this. So OpenAI just came out with Sora 2, and some of the videos that you can make with it are kind of crazy. So not only can you create videos with just text, but you can select other people on the platform that gave their permission. I'm just going to click myself. And I'm going to say I want myself doing an on-field interview after winning the Super Bowl. And when I hit send, this is the video generated.
I feel like a meatball in a snow globe right now.
How's it feel to finally be champions?
Feels like I should have stretched more. My hamstrings are writing an angry letter to HR, but hey, a trophy makes a great ice pack, right?
But you can also put your...
Can you believe this? Did you see that one on? Isn't that nuts? Right? I mean, they slowly rolled this out. Now, this is the stuff they're showing us. So whatever they have is like 20 years in the future at this point. But they slowly rolled this out, and they started with, with Grok and ChatGPT and things like that. And then they came out just not too long ago where you could take any photo that you had in a picture album, and they could animate it. And now they put it all together, including your own voice. And so that's what I said. I mean, obviously, with the amount of information I've got out there, they can do whatever they want at this point. And then we're in, that Minority Report kind of situation. We're already there.
Yourself in movie, TV show, and video game scenes that you normally wouldn't be a part of. So I'm going to say I want to be in an epic Pokemon battle versus Pikachu.
Buddy, let's see what you got.
And he said Pikachu, but we'll let that go.
Pika! Coming in!
But I'm worried about people using it to get other people in trouble. For instance, here's
Right. This is what I'm talking about.
body cam footage of someone's German Shepherd getting pulled over, and which is a simple.
And that's not a German Shepherd. What is this guy on drugs? That's a golden retriever. What the heck? But you get the point. I don't know why he sees a German Shepherd there.
Shepherd getting pulled over, and with just a simple prompt, I can make myself rob a bank.
Easy.
Yeah. See, this is what about this one? How about this one?
Slide everything in 10s and 20s, no die packs, right through the gap, please.
Sir, just money, no one gets hurt.
That's the plan. Keep them coming.
Here, more 20s.
Good. Last bundle. Then we're
That's
done.
everything in the
Zip it
drawer.
up.
Someone let me know.
I don't know. Does this make anyone else nervous? This is here now. You can do this at home. So, just thought it was interesting. Okay. Where are we at here? Okay. Now, it wouldn't be a complete night if we didn't discuss a little bit of this. The current, what do we want to call it, situation going on. And again, this is not a channel that I'm going to discuss the 15 different angles, the 5 different shooters, the velocity of the bullet, the fact that he can now stop a rifle fired from across the courtyard in his neck because he's the man of steel. And first they had no autopsy, but then they had an autopsy, and that's how they found the bullet, because he saved everyone's life because it stopped. Even though everything I've ever seen of those kind of bullets just obliterate everything. And I'm not going to talk about the fact that there was no blood anywhere when they were carrying they didn't lock everyone down. They didn't cordon off. I'm not going to talk about any of that, how they didn't put up police tape, how they allowed them to completely destroy the quote crime scene and put up pavers and lock the door on the trap door that just suddenly appeared. And I'm not going to talk about chairs that go through tables and how they could have had a hologram along with the live action show and it was real or was fake. He's dead. He's alive. He's in Valhalla. I'm not going to talk about any of that. Or the fact that the guy had a rifle and on the roof and he could take it apart with a screwdriver and then he could put it in a bag that didn't fit. And then he could come off the roof and he didn't have the rifle, but he did have the rifle and he left the screwdriver, but he put it back together somehow and he left it wrapped in a towel in a box and then went through everything on a computer that the FBI could possibly look through and tell the whole crime to his friend at home. Not going to talk about any of that, hon. None of it. No. Not going to talk about it. This is not the channel for that. If you're looking for that, we're not going to discuss any of that. However, I'm just fascinated on how well she's handling it, because everyone handles grief differently. But she's now she's the CEO, of course, of this. Did you know it's the largest what do you call it? What is that? Tax-free whatever ministry in the United States. I think it said it was like 150 million. Yeah, Erica Trump. Okay, You asked for, you got it now. Where is it? We're going to bring that up. Erica Trump. I had people ask me that. Did something happen there? Why she call Erica Trump? Now that I'm missing all these tabs, I can pull one up. See how that works. So maybe. See if it allows me. Let's see. Clickety click. Yeah, this one. All right. I don't care if you've seen it. It's only a minute. It's worth looking at it again, I think. And it is my show. Clickety click. There.
The White House proudly presents tonight the Charlie Kirk Memorial Show. Definitely not a rally. One night only. This 33-hour event brought to you by Panda Cheese. Always a little sus. Starring Erica Trump Kirk in the role she was built to play. With special guest stars tonight, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his bestie, Elon Musk, together again, as well as Vice President J.D. Vance. Special guest stars include Jonathan Winters, Carol Brady, and Triple H, the head of the presidential fitness.
This is one take.
As well as Dom DeLuise, that lady, Erica Trump. Coming to you live from Turning Point, USA. Erica Trump is here for us.
He's here for us.
And all of us.
All of
together. One night only. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Definitely not a rally.
Not a rally.
Satellite tracking continues.
That video, Hannah, is that what you mean, the Erica Trump video? And why she called Erica Trump? Come on, there's only 369. That should be viral if I ever had one. But in any case, I digress, or so they say. I do these. They're very high budgeted, obviously, and I do these in one take. Usually, I'm known as One Take Man, and so that's what I do. And I don't know. I forgot that lady's name. I think her name is Rosemary something. Rosemary's Baby. No, something. And that's why I call her that lady. And then I accidentally called the gal Erica Trump, and they just went with it because why not? So yeah. So it's Erica Trump. Oh, thanks, Steve. Stu. Thank you, Stu. Mr. Anderson. So no, they already do sell that Panda cheese. So any case, all right, what's next? You want Panda cheese. So cool. All right. Yeah, 100% WWE. It looked just like it. It's nuts. They literally did that. They every person that came out on that stage, they shot off fireworks. Why, thank you, James. And you're right. No homo. So, but oh, thank you. Yeah, it was amazing production. You saw all of my productive work there. That's we spared no expense on this channel. So, and I already know the answer to this. He had chimichangas, and he made me want to have them too. They're having a private conversation, but I figured I'd listen in since I saw it. So, but anyways, yes. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I digress, or so they say. Okay, let's see. I had an old video where I just did him. It was pretty funny. So, and all right, what do we got here? Let's get rid of some of these tabs. So, okay. And if you want to watch that again sometime, it's on my channel. Just look for it there. Clickety click. And if you want to find my channel, you're already here. So there. But yeah, so she's really holding it together. She's doing a whole tour. She's on radio, giving speeches. Just a lot of giggles, a lot of laughs. I don't know. The narrative is she saw her husband brutally unalived in front of everyone and her children. Her children you never see their faces of. That's a whole other story. She's doing really well. What's this? Oh yeah, they said this. Where is it? No church funeral, no burial site, no coroner's report, no death certificate. They did do, I think, finally a coroner's report.
Charlie himself told us
100%.
where we were going.
100%. And similar with Turning Point USA, Charlie had 100%.
Told us where we were going.
100%. And
know why
similar with Turning Point USA.
Oh, is that it? I thought there was more. Oh, yeah, there it is. Why they keep redoing that one part? Let's see.
Had a plan moving past 2030 that he's shared with the team and has implemented. So we're not going anywhere.
We have the blueprints.
We have the blueprints. We have our marching orders, and we are just remaining humble and grateful to God. And we're
going.
Now, here's the thing. She sounds like she's talking about Steve Jobs, right? And then they say he had all these plans that they could do after he died, when, of course, it's nowhere near as good as it was when he was alive. But in any case, they've got him on stage saying he's in heaven and he's fine. Now they say they have a whole bunch of interviews, like they just uncovered, like the Beatles. They have a whole bunch of interviews that no one's seen. They're going to be rolling those out. And then they're going to have his blueprint plan for the year 2020, 2030, whatever she said. I don't know, man. I mean, come on. Oh, that means I love you. And there's that face. I can't believe I showed that last week. That's an interesting face to make to a grieving widow who's not crying into your shoulder.
Charlie,
the hand signs.
He was actually a master builder of people.
I'm one of the Masons of Turning Point USA.
Oh, yeah, we got her in there too. And she's now building her new career on exposing the lies of Charlie Kirk, right? And but she said she's a Mason of the church. She didn't say I'm one of the founders. No, she specifically said
I'm one of the Masons of Turning Point USA.
I mean, that's pretty specific mentioning there. Just, I don't know, maybe a coincidence. Okay. Now, I've shown this before. I wasn't brought up in the spy world, right? You watch the movies and you see this guy's an agent, but he's a double agent or he's a triple agent, or the mind control games and stuff and the psychological warfare. We weren't ready for any of this. At least I know I wasn't. And so trying to understand this all, it's always still trying to peel back an onion. So obviously at this point, he's involved. I mean, he's doing the signs. He went from, honestly, I talked about this. He and Candace and my wife and I, not that we had the followers they did, but we were all starting Twitter at the same time. Laura Loomer and some of these other ones. Who were the people in Arizona that were saving the children? We fell into that trap. You remember them? There were some guys running around Arizona that said they found like trafficking and people were sending them money and the government was going to shut them down, all that. And Isaac Cappy, that was another one that came around that time. And so I don't know what the story is on this guy. Did he start out believing in Jesus and they realized that they could use him to try to change the movement to the way they want? Because, you know, Ben Shapiro and some of these and the new kid that they got in there, they don't believe in Christ, which is interesting because his whole shtick is about believing in Jesus Christ. That's what all of his discussions were on how he took things biblically. And now you put people in charge that are of a different religion that don't believe in Jesus. Some of them that read the Talmud think that, you know, Jesus is in a really horrible place. So it's like, how do you put those people in charge of this ministry unless somehow it was all kind of orchestrated in the beginning to then drag a whole bunch of God-loving, God-fearing Christians into this slop and bring the president of the United States in and make it a rally and have the vice president, all this. and to create this mass confusion and to draw people away. So was he always part of it? And did he check out and it was all planned out and he's still part of it? We can never tell. We'll never know if he's in Valhalla. We won't know. But what we can tell you is the persona of this person. He came from very little as far as the internet went. He was extremely good at debating. Mesmerizing. I enjoyed watching his videos. He was really good at it. But that's why you like watching movies, is because they pick actors that are good at their craft, right? Their witchcraft, the spellcasting, whatever. They're good at it. So we find them entertaining, or we wouldn't watch them, and we wouldn't then be under whatever their control they're trying to put us in. So he was very good at debating. He was very, I say likable, but people might argue that, and Christian values and all that. So at some point, it was time to take him off the stage, literally and figuratively. So they either did it and he was part of it, or he wasn't. He's either in witness protection or he's dead. I can't explain what went down. I won't go through all that. I mean, you can get in an endless rabbit hole, like a hamster wheel. It's like still arguing flat Earth. Like, you either get it or you don't. Why do we have to argue it? Well, I know my right arm is here. You can do 1,000 YouTube videos and explain to me how it's really not there physically. There is no spoon, but I see it and I feel it, and to me, it exists. You can't change my mind. I'm not like Steven Crowder at a table. I've seen it. I have enough evidence to know the shape of the earth, basically. I know I'm not flying through space on a spinning ball. I know there's a dome over us because God tells me that and protects us. So I know all that stuff. So it's the same thing with this. Whatever went down here, I don't know. But I do know is that they use this to traumatize an entire populace. Even people that never heard of this guy suddenly knew who he was. You couldn't turn on, you still can't. He's all over still. Like he gets on Air Force 2. I mean, a bad way to get there, but he's on that. He's being buried in state or something where they put the congressman and like, when did this become? When have you ever had a political speaker that gets this kind of traction? It's because they wanted us all to see it. They wanted to traumatize a new generation. I mean, our grandparents had JFK, RFK, and MLK, and we had the towers, and now it's CMK or whatever it is. No, CJK. It's always 3 letters with a K in it. So that's what this is. And that's what it'll continue to be in my mind. I mean, yeah. So like they're showing that it's like he just got unalive the day before, I think this was. And she had time to make sure she got her nails done and wear her gigantic solid gold and diamond rings and giant bracelet. And it's a nonprofit. Okay. And it's all with the G on it. And in addition to that, I don't care. I'm not a, what do you call it? Not a coroner. What's the other guy? The guy that's in the back of that's fixing the bodies up. I'm not one of those. But these things look so fake to me. It's like they really wanted to. How badly can we make this look and see if they can still buy it? Because you also have to believe when she's doing this and leaning in and whispering how she loves him and stuff. There's someone with a camera directly behind her head, because you can't even see her head, filming it. It's not like she didn't know it was happening. They were like against her head, her hair, when they did it. And then what's with this, I don't even know what the tattoo means. Is that like a stern? Look at those. I mean, really? I don't know. Maybe when the blood drains and you fill in the formaldehyde and whatever. But it just looks like mannequin hands. I just really feel like they just wanted to see how far they could push it. She was the one that came from money. Her parents were in the Department of Defense, and she's 5 years older or something, and she like targeted him and became his handler. And so he either got he either got seduced into it and stayed with it, and he's in Valhalla. Where's my guy? Let's see. Clickety click. He either got seduced and he's still with it, and he was part of this, and he's in Valhalla.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
I don't know. I love that one. It's gonna stick around for a while. But or he remembered that he actually knows God, and he realized maybe he was doing something wrong, because there's videos of him right before it happened where he starts questioning things like certain types of drinking, like the box with Apple on it. The thing that the thing that caused all the thing on my thumbnail, that he started questioning things, and that's the narrative. I can't say it. They always say it's the same people over and over, but they're not the only ones that say it. It's interesting, and this is not a conspiracy. Oh, that tab's missing. Let's see if I can find it. You guys need to see that one. Let's see. We'll go to history, and let's see if we can find that one. You guys talk amongst yourselves here. Dang. See, that's what happened. This whole show crashed on me, and I don't have any of these tabs. All right, what's going on down there? Dang, I might not be able to find it. We'll have to put a pin in that. We'll look at it for next week. I apologize. It goes more with the stuff going on. But yeah, so I don't know where he was at that point. Did he try to get out, and they took him out, and not to lunch? That's a monograph reference there. And or did he was he still part of it, and he's in Valhalla? We'll never know. But the outcome was real. It traumatized a whole bunch of people, and they're still discussing it to this day. So we're not quite done with the fallout from this, I would think, unless the aliens come. And if that happens, then everyone will forget this. Squirrel, right? Actually, I put this post up because I thought it was hilarious. But I had to take this one down, and the reason was when I showed it, people would get a thing asking whether or not this went too far. I didn't even see this as bad. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I didn't make it. I just laughed at it. But yeah, this is the new guy. He just came out of nowhere. He's 19 years old, and he has all the talking points, except he doesn't believe in Jesus Christ. So how he's going to run this ministry should be interesting to watch. But yeah. And see, they were able to go back. They can't. Oh, no, maybe they could if they go to Valhalla. If he does a show from Valhalla, maybe. So, and then this. So, two things with this. First of all, the government is shut down again. It happens. I can't even tell you how many. It's like every 6 months or so, it seems like. I don't know. But they're constantly shutting down, and they're constantly blaming each other. I mean, nothing's changed. Doesn't matter who's in the White House. Apparently, right now, doesn't Trump have like the presidency, the Senate, the House, and everything, everyone, and yet the government gets shut down. They can't fight. They fight, and so we end up getting screwed over again, and they fight over this stuff. Like this guy's all mad because Trump posted. Trump posts. I can't post anything that has AI unless I explain to YouTube that it has AI in it now. Unless I do these live streams. But if I try to make a video and post it, it asks me a whole bunch of questions. Trump does it all day long.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me,
Ooh.
Don't cop out
no
through a racist and fake AI video.
Right. Right.
When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Yeah. Right.
Say it to my face.
Exactly. They got us watching them fight over this instead of fixing things. He's mad because they did. Is a meme on here? I think it is. Maybe it's not.
House Democrats?
I didn't even get the funny part of it. Where's the meme? This is not on here. I don't know. I'm always afraid to go too far down these things. But I don't know. You guys got to see it. He this meme. The AI, and
Next time
he throws a hat on him, and he says how everyone's leaving the Democratic Party and they're playing mariachi music, and he's losing his mind. And so now the Trump, he's a troll. I've told you that more than anything. He's a troll. He's trolling this guy and the Democrats. They posted something the official White House Twitter feed. Let's see. Can we find it on here? White House. Yeah. Here. Look what they're posting. Well, maybe he took him down. No, he wouldn't have taken him down. They post a lot. My gosh. Anyways, I can't find it. But he posted a thing about just like, oh, here's the original meme. But he posted a thing where they post just like a hat and stuff. It's nuts. Yeah, look at this. Our social media manager was furloughed, but it's almost Friday, and they just post a hat. I mean, these are the people that are running this country, and they're fighting like little kids on Twitter. Meanwhile, there's people that aren't getting their money because the government shut down. It's nuts. And we just allow it. I don't know what to do about it. I'm not gonna. Who are we gonna fight? Who are you gonna grab a torch and storm the what castle? You won't get near any of this stuff. Vote them out. Good luck with that. And then how about this? Did you guys even know that there was we got enough conspiracy theories on our plate. We don't need this one too. Did you know there's one about Amelia Earhart? I've been asked by many people about the life and times of Amelia Earhart. Such an interesting story, and would consider declassifying and releasing everything about her, in particular her last fatal flight. So we're asking him to release the files, and he thinks we're talking about Amelia Earhart, right? Go ahead. I'd like to solve, please. The answer is Earhart. They're not going to release the other files. They didn't want to talk about it anymore. The Charlie Kirk thing took that over. They quietly went ahead and said, yeah, we're not releasing anything. There were no files, and shut up. That's what they said. They let that all just slide on by. So now we can discuss Amelia Earhart. Who was worried about Amelia Earhart? So, okay. You guys are all posting food in the chat. Is everyone showing what they're eating tonight? They're making me hungry, Jeannie. All right. Meanwhile, then he posts this. Like, wow, he's the president for us.
We've all heard about the major
people in the chat. He posts this thing about how our system and how it works and blah, blah, blah. And what's the best way to fix it? Cannabis. He posts this. I didn't.
Progression can slow down, and years are added to your life, as well as years spent in good health. And 20% of seniors are already using CBD today.
So he's posting this. You're like, okay, cool. He's on our side, right? He's got our back. He's actually posting things that alternative medicines, right? And then meanwhile, he says that we're going to invade Venezuela by land and go after the drug cartels. I think that's already started. So we got that one. Yeah, someone said cannabis. So hang on, I want to double check. We're good over there. They want to miss any fan funding. I hate to miss. Okay. Yeah. So he's going after that because he's the president that ends all wars, right? He's the big peacemaker. And now we've already bombed ships without even asking. Like, I think there's drugs on board. Kaboom, it's gone. Like, when did that happen? Weren't we supposed to, are we arguing whether people should get a right to a trial and all that? But no, not if we've decided there's drugs on board. They just blow it up, allegedly. I mean, that's what I've seen in the videos. So when was that allowed? But it is. That's what apparently is happening. And then now he's set to launch. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. They do. He has tennis shoes. He has NFTs, if he still has them. He has playing cards. He's got, what else did he have? He has a cologne. I said shoes. What else has he got? I went through a list. There's almost a dozen things now he sells. Oh, Bibles. He's got that going. And now he's launching Trump RX. He's going to have his own medical website where you can buy drugs, cut out the middleman, lower the price of drugs. So we can get specific drugs from specific manufacturers, right? This is the guy y'all voted for, right? He's the father of that thing that they put in everyone in the 2020s. Excuse me. They make fun. We lived through one of the scariest moments in world history. I watched the videos in China. People were literally falling over and bleeding out of their faces and stuff when it hit there. Came out of Wuhan in a bat, right? We've all heard the story. And then we had to do all that stuff, like, close our businesses and not leave our house and stop touching our animals and not talk to our family and hug people in bubbles. And right, we did all that and put on 2, 3, 4 of those things on our faces and get every booster they wanted us to do. And now, 5 years later, can you imagine? It's been 5 years. You get this.
They couldn't test it. God bless you, Bobby. I hope I didn't catch COVID just there.
I mean, it's so funny, the disease that we said killed everyone. The whole room is just busted up. Woo!
Don't you have Paxlovid? What is it?
We have Paxlovid.
He's got Paxlovid. give me a Paxlovid immediately.
I mean, come on. Isn't this nuts? It's nuts. They laugh at us, literally right there. I mean, look, he has a great old time at the White House. In fact, he's the guy that's here to save us, right? With Maha. So here's the FDA and says in 2023, it's the best way to avoid the worst outcomes. And then here it is in July of 2025. And the important update is there's a risk of myocarditis, right? I'm not saying it. I'm just looking at it after getting this. So that's interesting. Then there they are. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. So here's these guys. They're all at the White House, the Pfizer and the other ones. I don't know. I can't think of their names right now. And there's our buddy, right? He's the guy that's going to clean everything up and get rid of the bad poisons in your food and stuff, right? Oh, hi, Karen and Preston. I just saw you pop by there. Haven't seen you all. Good to see you. But yeah, it's something else. It's something else. And everyone thinks that he's on our side and he's on our side. And yet these are the guys that did the stuff to you. But yeah, it's so hilarious. And they all just hang out together and laugh at us, right? And you can look this up online. Here's the document that they released that shows the thousands of things. They're adverse events. Look how many adverse events there are. I'm not going to sit here and go through them all, but look at this. Look how many pages there are. Alphabetical. So if you went in somewhere and before they did it to you, they showed you this list of all the potential things that could happen to you. I wonder how many people would actually have taken it. I mean, I know they forced it to where people had to get their jobs. But isn't it something? Nobody looks at this stuff. We read the boxes of the food, and we talk about how they got poisons in our food and our water and all that. And then they just go right there and get this done every time. Interesting. And then, Mr. Jokey Joke. He says jokes.
I'm going over. I'm going to be meeting.
This is when he met up with a whole bunch of generals at once. Just happened.
Be meeting with generals and with admirals and with leaders. And if I don't like somebody, I'm going to fire him right on the spot.
If I don't like someone, I'm going to fire him right on the spot. He's just kidding, right? And then you go to the actual event.
Thank you very much, Pete. Great job you're doing, too. Fantastic job. I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very... Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you want to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank. There goes your future.
We just laugh it away. He just literally threatened the generals there. You either get in line with what I'm saying, or there goes your career. He thought it. I know it's a joke, allegedly, but he thought it and he said it. So it's still there. Yeah, it's like Patton, right? He's trying to do the Patton background. Yeah. Yeah. So he's making it so you really can't speak out, right? They're all running around no kings. He's already a king. You have to wait for it. He already is, right? And then there's this awkward thing. It's not quite as awkward as what what's his name? The Zodiac Killer. It's not as bad as what he said, but listen to what Trump said.
That word, I call it the N word.
Uh-oh.
There are two N words, and you can't use either of them.
There's two.
Can't use either of them. And frankly, if it does get to use, we have more than anybody else.
Ooh. Shit. I don't know who's writing this season of The Office, but it's really something. Nickelback. You're right, Mad Pax. Those who want to know, the other N word is Nickelback. Fantastic. So, and I don't want to know which one to use all the time, Connor. And Bush couldn't even say it, right? Nuclear, however he said it. Now I don't know how to say it anymore. So yeah. So neocon, high sticks TNT. He has a masterate doctorate in cartoons. It's pretty impressive. So, all right. So why is it important that you have to be able to speak out? So now you got this. Now, I understand, a few people spoil it for everyone. I get it. They're trying to, again, the problem solution. The ones that they tell you about would be the ones that someone brought up a false charge and ruined their military career, or, had to go through, drag them through the mud, all this court stuff, and they were liars, right? But what they've done is, now you got this guy who's now the not Department of Defense now, he's the Department of War. Like, the gloves are off. We don't defend America. We just go to war, right? That's what we just announced to the world. We just like going to war. We've attacked or occupied, I think, every single country in the known world, or Earth, wherever you want to call it, except a handful. And most of those you probably never heard of the names of. Now, where he's Department of War, and what he says is they're no longer going to allow anonymous complaints, no more walking on eggshells. So let's say that your upper command messes with you or does something. You cannot then go anonymously or expect to try to have something taken care of, because they're now blanket across the board silencing the victims the real ones that could be out there, for the ones that they've created these stories and narratives that, they brought up these fake ones. Not saying that doesn't happen, but it's like talking about, say, abortion. How'd we get there? It's like they always say, well, what about in the case of like incest and rape and all that? Okay, but when you actually look at the amount that are done versus the amount that actually are from that, it's a minuscule percentage compared to the people that just decide to. And I'm not making this about that. I'm just using that as an example. It's the same thing here. You only hear about the negatives, but what about all the people that now are going to be like sitting on their hands and deciding not to say anything for fear of losing everything? I mean, Trump just said to these 5-star or whatever they are, the 800 generals they got together, if you don't like what I say, you can leave and lose your career. So, the president of the United States is making that statement. So how safe are you going to feel with this? That's what I'm saying. It's more, once again, more the censorship that's going on. And we signed a deal with Qatar. That's Qatar, not guitar. That any attack on Qatar now is a threat to the United States. So we got that going for us, right? I mean, it's just America first. America first. Okay. The China, their foreign ministry says that Trump is 100% controlled by that small country that everyone's talking and fighting about. And then they post this picture. And I'm like, well, okay. But you realize every president of the United States has that same picture, coincidentally. But they're all different, but they all have the same picture. And why you have to put on the little beanie to touch the wall doesn't make any sense. And once again, they're reading the Bible wrong. Well, they don't read it because God says not to do this if you're a man. And the only way they let you in the temple is you put this on. It's the exact opposite. It's quite fascinating. So you got that going. And, the Muslims are taking over America is what this says. And I think they have the caption wrong. But yeah, it's a nice picture with your owners, don't you think? Put that on the wall of the corporation. You pledge your allegiance to the cloth, the colored cloth of the United States of America Corporation. That's what they do to you. You're a child. They send you off to indoctrination camp, school, and you're like 6 years old, and they put you in, or 5, whatever. They put you in a room and they point to a globe and they go, you live here. And then they point to a flag and say, give your allegiance. And then you memorize it and you put your hand over your heart, although your heart's moved now. It's more in the center. I don't know why they'd make us put it way over here, but hey, I digress. And they make you pledge your allegiance. The United States of America is a corporation. And I'm not anti-American. That's the thing. I had pride in my nation. I had pride in my country, and I thought we were always doing the right thing. But as the older I get and the more I read the stories and what's going on, we're the aggressor in a lot of these stories. We're always going over places to bomb the crap out of them before they come and bomb the crap out of us. And then we're like, oops, sorry, we decided that was the wrong country invaded. But hey, we came out with some heroin or we came out with their gold, right? But we're the aggressors in this story. If you turn it around, when my wife and I actually were blessed to go over to Europe, they told us that we're the aggressors. The world doesn't see it the same way that we see it because we live here and they indoctrinate us what they want us to hear. You think I'm kidding? We used to joke about North Korea and how they would only get the information, or China, they only get the information the government gives them. Well, guess what? It's the same thing here. Our government said, we don't want TikTok here because China owns it. And then what does he do? He has the United States of America buy it through one of their rich special people. And so now it'll be skewed to the narrative they want. They've got that's where the box came in. People can't put that, obviously. That's why they killed my internet, or allegedly. So now they're using the Timu mask or whatever, but that red guy's devil face. But in any case, it's like they're doing it here. They're going after X next. They've said that. If I still have the tabs, I don't even know what's still left. But they're going after all of the social media, and there's a small percentage of companies that own all the media here in the United States, pretty much over 90%. And it's getting a bigger web and a smaller amount of people that own it. Oh, you can't possibly say that he's owned by it. But why are we getting these pictures? And why is he always in this? I mean, I've shown you there's a video where he actually says he converted. You can find it still on the internet. It's buried there, but you can find it. He doesn't need to wear this. Why are they making him wear it? And what's going on here? What does that even say? I can't even read Hebrew anymore. But isn't this the wild thing? You see, this is what they do to us as a kid. They have us read Hebrew. Let me make this larger. No. Make it larger this way. Yeah. This is what I went through. So you had to learn this language. There's supposed to be little dots. And they're supposed to be like, this is Israel. I know that. There's supposed to be a dot right here, which are the vowels. But when you actually go and they teach it to you, what these supposed to have dots and stuff, when they teach it to you, it has the dots, which are the vowels. When you actually go up and speak in front of your entire family and people you've never met and you get bar mitzvahed, it's like this with no vowels. I mean, they really wanted to make me hate it. So that way, when I got done with it, I never looked back and never looked at it again. Because can you imagine if we all could read Hebrew? Wonder what's being said around. It's interesting. So, but I digress. What is this? This one was wild. This one, I think, surpassed. Most people didn't see this one. How about this?
To ensure the success of this effort, my plan calls for the creation of a new international oversight body, the Board of Peace, we call it, the Board of Peace, sort of a beautiful name, the Board of Peace, which will be headed, not at my request, believe me, I'm very busy, but we have to make sure this works.
He's going to head it, but he didn't want to. He just has to.
The leaders of the Arab world and Israel and everybody involved asked me to do this, so it would be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States. That's what I want, is some extra work to do, but it's so important that I'm willing to do it.
Isn't that nice of him?
And we'll do it right, and we're going to put leaders from other countries on. And
I don't know, he goes really long and winded, but he says, the Board of Peace, what a beautiful name, the Board of Peace, which will be headed by me. Not at my request, believe me. The leaders of the Arab world, Israel, and everybody involved asked me to do this. It'll be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States. It's so nice that he decided he's willing to do this, isn't it? It's fantastic. And then look. So they're even stating it. It'll go down in history as the peace president, right? These are all the countries that are like, yeah, we agree. We want you to do this, supposedly, allegedly. And we just started another war, right? With Venezuela. And then you get this.
October 7th. Israel's enemies have learned a hard truth. Those who attack us pay a heavy price. But those who partner with us advance progress and security for their peoples. President Trump just said it. It's also in the Bible. It says, those who will bless you will be blessed, and those who will curse you will be cursed.
Okay. Well, let's break this down. Ceiling fan man style. So first of all, this is the Star of David. No, it isn't. There is no Star of David. Go look it up. He didn't have a star. There's multiple passages in the Bible, and they talk about this is the Star of Remphan. There's very few things that God points out. Satan's one of them. Moloch, Remphan, they're pretty much all the same. But he says in the end times, which I truly believe we're at, you're going to see this sign. And it's not of the people. He says they're going to pretend to be a certain people, and they're not. They're the synagogue of Satan. It's in the Bible. That's what's in the Bible. It doesn't say if you don't bless a country that was built in 1948 by the Rothschilds or whoever, if you don't bless that country, then you'll be cursed. It doesn't say that at all. Not at all. The children of Israel are the children of Jacob. Comes from Abraham, goes all the way back. That's who they are. And when Jesus showed up, not only did he change things, he came to let everyone know, everyone is allowed in. We're all God's special children. Well, if you were running around walking with God and you were the special child of God for many years, you wouldn't really want to give that up so soon. And so what they did was they went against it. And they went around still saying they're the special children. I just showed you the passage in Matthew that says, no, you're not. It's been taken away multiple times. And so if God's taken away from them multiple times, who is he to stand up here and say, we have to bless everything? God would say, read the book of, I know he has it, but read the book of Judges, where the children of Israel were doing the right thing and God was with them. And then they started doing evil in God's eyes, wickedness. And he takes them and he lets them get enslaved. He takes their land, the kingdom, away from them multiple times. Just because that land was promised to them way back in the day, it's been given up multiple times through generations. And if you go back far enough, and I have it in my Bible and other books that we have here, that entire land was called Canaan, and then eventually Palestine. Israel didn't actually become a piece of that until the 40s. So throughout the Bible, he's not talking about a place. He's talking about a people. And the fact that there are people there that are morphing this word into their agenda. I'm not saying the people, I'm talking about the people in charge. Just like I goof on this guy, I'm going to tell you this guy. He's doing exactly what it tells you is going to happen in the end times. Exactly. He's got the flag. He's pretending to be someone he isn't. And he's telling you a false doctrine. It's all written out there in a book thousands of years old, but don't read it. It's all right there. It was all written for us. All we have to do is just look at it. The information out there, just let it in. Check out these pages in the Bible and go, whoa, how was this written about this all those years ago? It's pretty fascinating. I mean, tell me, they said, ask, is this idolatry? Now, two things about this. You're not supposed to be doing this idolatry. And some of them got two arms, but some of them, I swear, have one arm. Now, wasn't that the symbol of the people they didn't like? I mean, it's not that much different, right? If you got the one side that's supposedly on the bad side and killing everyone and stuff, and they're doing one arm, and now this is the quote good side and they're doing two arm. What's the difference? I don't see a difference. And you're right, God will not be mocked. And that's the thing. I'm on this channel, born and raised Jewish. I can speak Yiddish. I know some Hebrew still. And yet I understand that it got skewed. It got absorbed, like all the other religions, into something else. And now that God's opened my eyes and I have the eyes to see and actually read the Bible, instead of just listening to preachers try to interpret it to me or YouTubers try to explain it, you sit down and you read that book or you listen to it, and it all makes sense. I tell people you don't need to read the Bible in order to find God, but the Jew in me says it couldn't wait, because it really does help. It teaches you your past, your history, because you're not going to get that in a book. I showed you last week that this one company makes all of the school books for all of the companies, all of them, whatever their narrative is. If they want to put in whatever kind of indoctrination they want, just like Netflix does, it goes into those school books. You don't have a choice. There's only one company that does it. And so when you start realizing that, you need to look into it yourself. You need to read the book yourself and see what it's all about. And don't read any of the new ones because they're all messed up already. I'm not talking about Mandela. I'm talking about they're actually changing some of the scriptures to fit the narrative. Now, when we got the book, of course, they'd already taken out a bunch of books. I read some. I think the book of Jasher really fills in a lot of holes. In the book of Enoch, there's a lot of information in there. Those were taken out. My Bible here also has the Apocrypha. I think I said it right. And those books are still in mine. And they all interconnect and help. And so I get it that things have been taken out. I feel if you can start to understand how to read the KJV, it's your best, closest thing you can, other than getting what the Orthodox Greek one or whatever that one is. But nobody can read that, right? So then you're going to rely on someone else or AI to tell you. We're going to let AI interpret and tell us what it says. There are people to this day, they're being born and raised, and they can't read or write cursive. And the Constitution of the United States, if it's still in place, is written in cursive. So eventually it'll be a generation that they'll have to be told what it says because they won't be able to read it for themselves. We have the tools right now, and we have to make sure that we use them. Because whatever's going on in the world, they want you. You got a bunch of truth channels now thinking it's the Gog-Magog war. I don't know. Nobody knows the time and day and all this stuff. I believe we're in the short season, as you know, pizza, little season. And so a lot of that stuff's already happened, but we're in the season of deception. Who knows what Satan can throw at us? I mean, we've seen it. I believe the Mandela effect 100% is allowed because Satan can mess with us and change our perceptions on things. Whether you believe it or not, it's a thing. And so it's like they want us to see all these things. They want us to argue and fight over what's on them. They want us to argue and fight over who did it. Was that the juice box or not? You know, they're going to continue that. Just like this is China saying that China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. So just like when I was growing up and my parents were growing up and their parents, they always have to pretend like there's some kind of big nuclear war on the horizon. Now, can they carpet bomb and destroy city? Absolutely. I've seen it. Nuclear weapons, that's a whole other show we can do. There's so much about that. But they want to scare you. It's, again, traumatize you. God says have fear nothing except him. Nothing. He says that more than I think anything in the Bible. And the world that we live in, Satan's little season or pizza, they only produce fear. They want you to be afraid of everything. Be afraid of nuclear war. Be afraid of your neighbors. Be afraid of the air. Be afraid of the water. Here's North Korea. Israel has 24 hours to release Greta Thunberg. See, he's now the good guy. No, I'm kidding. This one's fake. But I wanted this one to be real so bad. I really did. So, yeah, she got arrested again, right? They got everyone watching. What is it? There's boats from, I don't know, like 30, 40 countries or whatever. I don't know how many countries, but there's a bunch of people on all these different boats from multiple countries. And they're in this flotilla, I think they call it. And they're supposedly going to bring aid to Gaza. And then, of course, the Israeli army said, you're not getting in. And so they they got on all the boats. They captured all the people. I don't know what they did with the boats. And now they got them. I think they're putting them on planes and sending them home because nobody wants Greta Thunberg. Just saying. She should be in school. Jeez. Someone let her get to school already. Is she 30? Maybe. But this one is real as it gets. Yeah, here you go. Almost 500 participants from 46 countries are on these boats that just got kidnapped, arrested, whatever you want to call it. And now China is considering sanctioning, right? So again, all these countries are all getting involved and propping it up and stuff. And then there was about a dozen more tabs or so that aren't there. So that sucks. Scary space news is all gone too. I had a lot of good stuff there. Dang. Wonder if I can find any of it while you're there. Let's see. What can I do here? Still 142 people here watching. Thank you. God bless you. If you're liking it, please hit the like button. Let me see if I can find my scary space news for you. So What can you watch while I do that? Just be a minute. Do I have the docs? No. Cloud. We haven't done that one. We did the cloud one. I don't have very much that are long. Most of them are just a minute. All right. I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can find my Scary Space News, and you guys can watch. I don't know. How about Yellowstone? I'll throw that in there. Give me just a minute. I'll see if I can find my Scary Space News stories.
The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Coming soon to wherever your Teleyes Vision plays your programming. It's the new series called Yellowstone. Episode Trace, Return of the Sith. It's a story of a family. It's a very corrupt family with a son and his sort of dimensioned father and his evil twin sister. And then there's also, I guess now, a grandson's involved and a chef and that guy that nobody wants to admit they're friends with but go to his parties and islands. And it's the father says, I'm going to put you in jail. And the son says, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to put your grandson in jail. And meanwhile, the sister says, is no one still going to put me in jail? The one guy that did go to jail, well, I don't know what happened to him. It's very confusing. And now there's another brother involved, a sister, a brother and sister involved, and no one's going to jail. Very soon, but not yet. But the thing is, none of them really know that they're all just puppets to the real master. No, the real master. And so, they all play their parts. Who will win? Well, he doesn't know. Coming soon to your Teleyes Vision, Yellowstone. Episode Trace, Return of the Sith.
Satellite tracking continues.
Help. Let's see. There's one of them. So we got that. Let's see. Is there another one? There's got to be a few. I had a bunch. Oh, here's one. Okay. So that gets us 2 so far. And let's go back. See what else we got here. Here's we go. Got that one. Maybe get one more. Let's see. Let's see. Not there, not there. Okay. Oh, I found one more too. We'll get that one. Let's grab that one. All right, that should that should get at least a little bit. One more. You got one more? Let's try one more. Yeah, we should have stopped at those. I'm not finding one. Let's see. Oh, I did want to talk about that. So let's bring that one back too. Okay. I'm having to rebuild it because I had this huge show and with fireworks and all kinds of stuff. And they shut me down. But we're back, baby. Okay. I think we're good. That should be enough. Okay. That should be enough to be able to at least do some scary space news for you all.
This week in Scary Space News.
All right. Scary space news. What I could recover. Clickety click. There we go. They changed the colors of Jupiter again. Now it looks like this. So that's pretty fancy. They might have even shown that one before. It's hard to say. I make that smaller. There we go. So you got that. Oh, that was for something. That's not scary space. Let's put that over here. We'll go back. The James Webb Telescope found 42 pairs of giant planets the size of Jupiter flowing freely in the Orion Nebula, and it baffles science. There you go. I'm baffled too. I don't even know what they're trying to show us here, but they're baffled. So there's that. Then you've got the 31 Atlas, which everyone keeps talking about. It keeps changing. Last week it looked like a long Mr. Hanky. Now it's this circle or blah. I don't know. But they talked about the WOW signal we talked about before. And now they're thinking potentially it's actually coming from this. And coincidentally, because the government shut down, NASA shut down. So no one's keeping track of this except all these amateur astrologers and stuff, right? Because that's a quink that the government shut down while this thing's coming to kill us all, apparently. It's going to go around Mars and then the sun and then come back out, and it's over. I think it comes around Christmas, like Santa Claus. Yes, 16 Alpha, we're doomed, I tell you, we're doomed. You fit in perfectly there. So, and here's the clearest image captured by the Hubble telescope. Well, we're really doomed. That's the clearest image. The videos of the Charlie Kirk thing were better than that. Look at that thing. It's it's so ridiculous. What is this? Oh, and Voyager will reach a light day away from Earth on November 15th of next year. And how long is a light day? Well, it's some made-up number that nobody knows. But they'll tell you, and they'll explain it with science and math and shut up. And astronomers have watched a black hole unexpectedly flip its magnetic field, changing theoretical models. So they were stumped on the planets they found. Jupiter's now changed to blue, and now they're stumped again. Like they're constantly stumped. They're always stumped. And what's that? Okay, that's I get that's the end. There was more. I'll try to put it together for next week if they allow me. So, what is this? NASA is now an intelligence agency part of. No, I didn't know that 16 Alpha. So NASA is now part of the NSA. It makes sense. They got all the letters, so why not? A light day is 1/365 of a light year. Oh, there you go. See, Connor explained it perfectly. A light day is 1/365th of a light year. Is that buzz or regular? Is that what type of swallow is that? That's Aramaic. Anyways, you've got 40 craters like this confirmed to be under Lake Michigan. And when I see these stories, I'm reminded of the Bible stories that it says in Noah's day, it had never rained, and he needed to do a reset because the whole world was corrupt. And so it rained for the first time, and it also, the waters under the deep opened up. And so I can't help but think, like I showed some of the freshwater lakes and stuff that are underwater under the sea. I can't help but think that this is still part of that whole system too. And when people ask, like, how can you say that, where's your proof that Revelation happened and Jesus already came back and cleaned house with fervent heat and all the different things that we read about, the terrible things in Revelation, is not only can I look at all the buildings that look melted, but there was another reason. And seen. No, there was something else. Anybody see it? It went by. It's gone. We're talking about the holes in the ocean, and then we were going to talk about something else that related. It's been a long, trying night. I'm sorry, everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. And if Patty's listening or watching later, this is for you. It's the only place you can see the vomiting tiger. So I always have to try to throw that one in when I can. So, okay. I think that train got derailed. I think we'll just leave that one alone. But there was a reason that I was bringing that up, and it related to something. Oh, now I remember. I was talking to my friend Steven, and I used to do all kinds of shows with him. He's taking a break from YouTube. Now, there's still some on my channel. If you really want to hear someone break down the Bible, he and I would do shows, and they're called The Perspective. And there's a whole playlist you can find on my show, on my channel. But he brought up this interesting point to me. It's like when you look at these pictures and you see these buildings or pyramids or whatever, and they're in the middle of the desert. I mean, think about that. Nobody builds or would build. If you're gonna leave all the lush vegetation, the forest, and all that, and go, I want to go way out in the middle of that barren land and build a building or a house there. Like, it doesn't make sense that it was always like that. Now, the other idea is, if you read the Bible, there are areas that God says that when he destroys them, nothing will live there ever again. Nothing will grow there. And so when you look at these vast deserts, that nothing, I mean, yeah, you can argue that, camels can go through there. Maybe there's some sand fleas or sand snakes. I don't know, tremors. I don't know what may be out there, but overall it's dead. It's bare, it's gone. It's just sand. And it doesn't make sense that people would leave nice areas to travel into the middle of that and then build, that's where they want to live. It makes, to me, more sense that it just got utterly demolished. There's areas you can dig down deep enough and they find like plants and things under the desert, like ecosystems and stuff. They find that. And so to me, it's, you put enough of these things, you throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. You put enough of these things together and it gets harder and harder to think that we're still waiting for revelation to happen. And that, to me, it seems like it already did.
Pizza.
In the little season. But you don't have to believe that. You don't have to agree with me. That's the thing. We were brought up that you can have differences of opinion and still hang out and have dinner with people. You can still sup, as they say in the Bible. And so all I'm going to continue to do is present the evidence that I feel points me in that direction. At the end of the day, if you still believe that we haven't gone through that, you shouldn't be excited for the end times and the destruction coming, or the rapture that didn't happen last week, was it? You shouldn't be looking forward to that. What you should be looking forward to is when you get to see Jesus again. So if you're waiting for that moment, either before tribulations or on the other side of it, we're still waiting for the same moment. We're still all brothers and sisters in Christ, even if you don't believe in the things I'm saying. You're my brother and sister in Christ. And eventually, God willing, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying your eyes have been blinded to it, just like mine have been my whole life until not too long ago. And I'm not a crazy Bible thumping Christian, whatever. I'm not any of those things. I'm not religious. I did wake up to the real existence of God. And you can do it too tonight. And what happens is you get this moment where you actually feel the presence of God, hear him. I don't know. Everyone's different. But you'll get undeniable proof, even though he says we don't deserve it, even though he says this generation we're not going to see signs and wonders and stuff. He's still doing them. We just don't notice it, or we chalk it up to good luck. Wow, that was lucky. I almost got hit by that car. Or God watched over you and took care of it. And it was a blessing. And I've said this, oh my God, when I first started this channel, I changed my way of thinking. Things that I used to say, that was lucky, how fortunate. I changed the word to blessed. Wow, that was a blessing. Whew, that was a blessing. Literally count your blessings and you will be amazed. You will prove to yourself the existence of God. It's not a matter of if, you will. eventually. You just have to accept it. Once again, like I said, the information's out there. Well, I didn't say it. Suitcase did.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
Actually, that wasn't Suitcase. That was Tom Selleck. Suitcase is the other guy. It was his line, but he stole it. He says it better because he's got the mustache and the cool glasses. I mean, come on. He's one of my favorite handlers.
That's very true.
But it's out there. All you have to do is just read into it. Just take some time and really spend some time on your own. Stop listening to the people on YouTube, like even me. Do your own. I don't want to say do your own research. That's like a tag that they look for now. I already did. But you got to. You've got to read these things. You got to look into it yourself. And you got to look for these signs. When all these, think about how many times, that almost happened. That didn't. Or that happened, but it was a great thing. I mean, if you think about it, and then you say, okay, well, wait a minute. Well, these bad things happen. Does that mean God's punishing me? Again, that's why you have to read it. It takes a while to understand it. It took me forever when I first started reading the Bible. I was very upset. They say that the God of the Old Testament, he's angry and he's smiting and all that. And then the New Testament, everything's cool. But the thing is when you read it, there are reasons, even if we don't understand them, but there are reasons he's doing things. And when you see some of these stories, that something that seemed bad at the time turned out, Joseph, his brothers, they try to kill him and then they sell him off to slavery and they tell his dad their brother's dead. And he ends up going in enslavement in Egypt. And then, spoiler alert, he becomes the second in command behind Pharaoh and saves all these people. So God used that moment to raise him up for a purpose. And so even though something's happening in your life right now, you're like, this can't possibly be for my benefit. It is, in a way, even if you don't see it. Because like I said before, if you get a gym membership but you never go, you won't get any stronger. If you want stronger faith, you need to be tested or you won't get any faith. It's not fair, but that's the system. It's the only way it works. Because if you were able to handle everything without God, like they say, God only gives what you can handle, well, then why do you need him? But if you have too much on your plate and you reach out to him, he's there. Well, how come he's not there all the time? He is. But if you are a friend of someone and you constantly did things and they never acknowledged you, in fact, they would thank someone else that wasn't even the person that did it. After a while, when you be like, well, fine, let them go off with their friend there. And if they want to come back and see me, I'm here waiting. And those are the passages. He's at the door. He's knocked. He's waiting for you to open the door. And that's what happened to me. I finally opened the door. Why did I open the door? Not because I was having a great old time. I was at one of the lowest points of my life. And I couldn't take it anymore. And I cried out for him. And boom, I had a day I won't even describe. You have to do your own. It's not fair for me to go through what I went through. Everyone's version of how they found Jesus or how he found them, whatever. It's everyone's own personal story. But I'm telling you, there's things that have happened in my life in the last 7 to 10 years, unexplainable things, joyous things that have really brought me closer to God. And I'm so grateful and thankful that he's allowed me to not only see these things, but also have a way when they don't shut off my internet to express these things to help people in some way or another. And so hopefully I did some things that made you laugh. We had a good time. The chat, you're so beautiful. It's just a wonderful chat. I thank you for all the donations and the comments. You guys are wonderful. Continue to just write to me and reach out. I'll answer everyone. And I just I'm so grateful to be able to be a vessel that God wants to use in this way. I would have never believed it until it's happening. And so I think that's about it. And Daryl just got here again. Daryl, God bless you. You always show up right as I'm closing. Just run Magnum for you. Oh, what happened? I don't know. Did I say something? Anyways. But yeah. So anyways, thank you again, everyone. God bless you all. I really appreciate all of you here. Continue to Be good to yourselves and to those around you. I mean, they asked Jesus, how would you break down the Bible? And the two ways he said was to love yourself. Well, love God, of course, but love yourself and love your neighbor as yourself. And you do those things, and that's it. I mean, it's still good to read the book, but that's it in a nutshell, as they say. So thank you, Father in heaven, for continuing to watch over us and guide us through these times. Thank you for allowing us to see these things and continue to give us the strength and the courage to speak out when we see things that we need to address, and to continue to have the, I don't want to say patience. When you get asked for patience, he gives you a lot of tests, and I'm good on patience, at least I feel right now. But allow us to feel the same way that you do, to wait for the people that aren't ready yet and will be soon, because they're all our brothers and sisters in Christ, and we love them all, and we want them all to succeed and to find the truth, the way, and the life through Jesus. And I thank you again for this gathering and for all the wonderful people, and thank you for the blessing. If I've been able to help anyone tonight with this show, I'm very grateful to be used in this way. And please continue to help us, those that are hurting and sick, and help us with your healing, and continue to carry us when we need. The world is too much for us. Continue to help us through these times. Get us through them, or take it on for us. And we thank you for all of our blessings in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right. I think that's what I have for tonight. It was a little bit dicey there, but we got it done. I still was able to put in a couple hours or better, even though I got late and I lost half my show. I'll grab some of those tabs and we can have them for another week. So, all right. So, having said that, you get this, he says, with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
Okay. God willing, let's do this again next Friday. Hopefully I won't have any of the issues. I'll work on this. I'll pay my internet bill. And once again, Connor, if you're there still or not, thank you again. You were very, very helpful last week when they crashed me and I couldn't even play my outro until later. Thank you again. And everyone else that's been here tonight. Oh, here he is. He's saying you're welcome.
Party buzz is everywhere.
Anyways, okay. That's it. Put a fork in me. I'm done. Thank you very much for everyone for being here. And God willing, let's do this again very soon. Have a good night.
I'm the satellite.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.